All right, let's talk tariffs and coffee, because President Trump's newest round of tariffs could make your morning cup of coffee more expensive. The White House just hit Brazilian goods, for example, including coffee, with a 50% tariff. Brazil is America's top coffee supplier, making up 30% of United States supply. Now, American coffee farmers hope that means you might be more willing to give their beans a try. I want to bring in CNN's Julia Vargas Jones, who's with us now. So, Julia, I mean, this is what Trump has promised all along, a boost or a chance for American businesses. But what is the reality for American buyers here?
Well, look, prices on coffee will go up regardless of where you're buying them from. It's not just Brazil. There's tariffs coming from all over. Now, what these guys are saying, these farmers here in California, is that they're hopeful that since the prices will go up across the board, Americans will be more willing to spend their hard-earned money on American goods. They've already managed to adapt these plants to California. Now, they're hoping that with the tariffs, more Americans will give it a chance and actually try 100% American coffee.
Against all odds, 100% American-grown coffee.
It's like a cherry.
I believe we're the largest farm in California, coffee farm. And, you know, if the experiment works, I'd love to expand.
David Armstrong is part of a group of farmers trying to make California a synonym for specialty coffee.
We're in Ventura County. So we're going to go up to the foothills. We have multiple canyons where we grow coffee.
This is part of the only 1% of coffee consumed in the U.S. grown domestically. 35% of what coffee is imported comes from Brazil, now slapped with tariffs of up to 50% on some goods, including coffee. You would think it would be a great opportunity for all American beans, but other nations can deliver a product just as good for a fraction of the cost.
Brazil's been hit very hard with tariffs, but they're looking at somewhere around $4 a pound for coffee, and we're in the hundreds of dollars a pound.
You want Ventura County to be the next Napa Valley, but for coffee.
Correct. That's a great way to put it.
And could California ever produce a product that could be competitive with Brazil, with Colombia, Ethiopia?
I think that our costs of production, our labor, our water, everything else, mean that we can never get to that point where we could be a worldwide competitor.
For 23 years, Jay Ruski has been challenging the norm of where coffee could be grown by championing California. All of this was his vision.
In terms of growing locations, wherever avocados can grow, we have a good chance of growing coffee. And so there's over 45,000 acres of avocados, last I heard, in California. But even if we planted all that, that would just be a drop in the bucket in the whole coffee industry globally.
A drop in the bucket, Omar, because again, it's only 1% of coffee consumed in the United States that's produced here. That's mostly in Hawaii and Puerto Rico. I have the number here. U.S. adults drink 560 million cups of coffee every day. So yeah, there's no chance they could supply all of that demand. But what they're betting on is more people wanting to support their local businesses like this one.
So even if more people want to support their local businesses here, I mean, no shade to California coffee makers, but how does that stack up to Brazilian coffee beans? Even if tariffs bring business back, it won't make the California coffee taste any different, would it? I mean, what are we looking at here?
Well, the irony here, and look, I have to say, I'm Brazilian, so I take this very personally, but I have to say...
And I'm Colombian, so I take coffee personally as well, so we're good.
But the coffee that's being produced here, it turns out, is actually really high-grade coffee. It's gourmet coffee, and that's part of what they're investing in. It has to be this kind of bean in order to be purchased and to make it worth it for these farmers. What they can't do is produce the amount of beans that would be able to supply the Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts of the world. That, they're saying, cannot be done on U.S. soil with the industry like it is. And it's not just the industry, I'll have to say, it's also because of the climate. It's just too expensive to try and grow coffee beans where you grow corn, for example.
All right. I can't wait to try some. Julia Vargas Jones, appreciate the reporting as always.